and it needs to stop, and it needs to actually achieve the upward shifted values that I referred to earlier, because our freedom to farm every herb-bearing seed is the first test of religious freedom. We have laws in place and treaties in place that allow for us to access cannabis as an herb-bearing seed, not as a drug. Drugs don't make seeds. Herbs make seeds. And cannabis makes the most valuable seed on the planet. In the Midwest, where that seed is ripening, those seeds are valuable to everyone in the world. It's the whole world that we're not harvesting the hemp seed that has survived last year's drought. Because those drought conditions are something that we all know that we're going to be facing in the future. And the increasing solubility of mercury is an overwhelming concern as we see the effects of mercury toxicity. It's not good news. And the good news is that we can do something about it. And that's why I founded the California Cannabis Ministry, which is an individual ministry. It's non-secular. I'm just a guy who has 20 years of his life and a fairly broad set of skill sets to learning about cannabis and thinking about cannabis and teaching people about cannabis. And at Cannabis College in Amsterdam, there are two photographs when you walk in the front door on the left-hand side, and it's of a beautiful Dutch policewoman lighting my joint one morning in The Hague. And there's a bridge building that those photographs represent. I think I'm the only person in the world who's ever had a beautiful police officer light his joint. And there's a certain grace in that. And so different things in my life have led me to do various broadening sort of activities. I'm a photographer, I'm an illustrator, commercial diver, a pilot, aviator, first generation American. Both my parents were born in Russia. I have a production studio, Between the Dreams Productions, that has a footprint in France. We have a production studio there and in California. I'm here at Mount Shasta, which is one of the most magnificent power points on the planet. And it's wonderful to be in Slovenia today. I'm just so thrilled. Either here or there. So, you know, that people have asked me, what is a cannabis scholar? Okay, why do you call yourself a cannabis scholar? Well, I carry around a lot of paper. I have 22 years. I'll show you my briefcase. It's full of paper. And it's full of films. Because I'm a filmmaker, and you can go to YouTube and see, well, I think I sent a link video versus climate change that you can see. It's just a short 3-minute film. Mine ended, were we able to stream that for folks from that link that I sent?
Yeah, we will.
Wonderful. This might be a good time to do that.
Okay.
And can I talk while the film is playing?
Yeah, we will try.
Sure. trailer really for a larger film that I've been working on for about 6 years. And it started as one thing and turned into something else. But ultimately, it's good news, and I hope it has a happy ending for the sake of children. I'm doing this for everyone's children, and in particular, I have a little guy here that I'd like you to meet. That's Rio. I was 51 when he was born. I'm 58 now, and in 1983, I broke my neck in a hang glide crash. I'm a walking miracle. Hairline fractures in 3 vertebrae. I was flying a double surface X-160 in a 40-mile-an-hour wind. Fortunately, I was over sand, and when I tried to land, there was a sand dune that was completely invisible, and it created what's called a burble. And it popped me straight up in the air like a champagne cork, and then the wind drove me down into the sand and compressed my vertebrae and fractured my spine. So I've never asked for permission to feel better. Medical marijuana is a very nice, quaint idea for some drug war dinosaur bureaucrat, but the truth is we have a fundamental human right to heal our pain, and that takes many forms. And I know a lot of them firsthand, and I've witnessed many of them, as have you in the media. I'd like to dedicate my presentation today to the memory of little Alexandria Hill, who, I don't know if the news about Alexandria Hill made it to Slovenia, but she was a little girl, 2 years old, and her parents were smoking pot one day, and when she was upstairs asleep in their bedroom, and a neighbor reported them, and the Child Protective Services in the United States took that child away from their parents, and the child wound up in foster care and was not being cared for, and eventually the foster parent beat the little girl to death. So I'd like to dedicate my presentation today to Alexandria Hill, and hopefully we can prevent that from ever happening again. And also to Roger Christie in federal prison in Honolulu. He's been standing up for Canada. When I found out about cannabis, I was a director for Sea Shepherd Hawaii, working to protect the marine environment with people that were risking their lives to save marine mammals. And I was working on 6 different environmental issues at the same time in Hawaii as the director for Sea Shepherd. When I learned about cannabis, and I turned Sea Shepherd over to my best friend, Tim Carr, and his wife Linda. And then I started Project Peace. And if you Google Project Peace, it's an acronym that stands for Planet Ecology Advancing Conscious Economics. And really what that means is reintegrating spirituality into the human social evolution, taking the example of the whales and the dolphins who have been on this planet for 35 million years, and recognizing that they have an economic system that's evolved that allows them to thrive. And the way I sum it up is, you help me, help you, help everyone. Dolphin economics is something that mankind needs to embrace wholeheartedly if we want to survive.
So Paul, should we stream your video now if you will send
Yeah,
me the
thank
link?
you. Thank you, Nick.
Just send me the link here in the please.
Oh, sure. There you go.
Okay.
One thing I'd like to mention is that the music is ambient music that was playing when I was filming The Burning Bush. You'll see the burning bush here. That was filmed at the Wham Garden in Santa Cruz. If you Google Wham, W-A-M-M, you can learn about some other heroes for hemp. And if you go to YouTube and look at the Project Peace channel, you can see some of my work as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, so now we will start. So.
Wonderful. And I will be able to speak over.
You're seeing,
okay.
You see the.
Oh, wonderful.
You can also speak because.
Thank you so much. This is wonderful. This is my beehive in France. Oh. That's the garden I built in the middle of a slash pit. And this is Noirmoutier, France. Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Something is loud.
This is my friend Roger and his wife Cher.